Hello, I'm back again. It's been a beautiful day. So, today we're going to talk about should you go to US or any other country for that matter to live in India. I'll be taking the example of United States because I lived there. So, we're going to talk about more what are the benefits of living in out of the India and what are the benefits of living in India. This all boils down to one thing: what is important in your life. If you go to any other country out of India, like United States for matter, one of the biggest benefit is you're definitely going to make more money than India there. It's slowly changing, especially if in IT industry it is slowly changing. People are making really good amount of money here also. Plus you're in your home country, pretty close to your hometown, your parents can visit you more often, all those benefits are there. But if you're going out of the country to experience the different life, yeah, it's good. America, the life is really good. They're much comfortable life than, I wouldn't say much comfortable than India, but it's a different life altogether. You cannot, it's like comparing the apple and oranges. I'll tell you why. You are born and brought up in India and you're planning to go to another country. So there are a few things will definitely impress you, like the infrastructure. The moment you land in America or any other Western countries for that matter, they'll impress you because the infrastructure is really good, the roads are neat and clean. All those things are really nice. At the same time, there are other good things in India too. Maybe the infrastructure is not that great, but there's a sense of belonging, the sense of yours. You can call it a your country. That kind of feeling you will have here because you are born and brought up here. So you always have that attachment. Similar food, festivals. People celebrate the festival in America or any other country, all the festivals, pretty nicely, and they do really good stuff. They try to match it with what happens in India. But it's not organic, when you celebrate Diwali in America with bunch of your friends, it's a lot of fun. But what you have seen Diwali or Deepavali or any other festival for that matter in India, you cannot create that organically. Like you cannot celebrate the festival the way it happens in India. Let it be Navratri. The Garbas and all those things, Navratri festival happen in America. A lot of Gujarati folks do really good job of arranging the Garbas and all those things. But at the same time, it happens in India very differently. You will enjoy it more. It depends on person to person. I enjoy it more in India. So going back to the question, when you go to countries like America or these countries, that definitely impress you with the infrastructure. Second is people always talk about less corruption. Now, yeah, definitely corruption is less in America when you see it, right? So there's less corruption. You don't have to pay for getting a driver's license done. You cannot bribe the cops when they stop you for the red light jump or any traffic violations and those kind of things. So you see the difference there. That is a good difference in those Western countries where they don't have corruption at that level. So we can go in more details of that. Like, does it impact you a lot, the corruption? And who are the people who are doing the corruption? Isn't it we are doing the corruption? We are part of it in India and doing the corruption? Probably we need to make another video on it. What is the corruption in India versus in other countries? Let's go back to the topic. So third difference you will notice there compared to India, everybody is equal. That's a big difference to have. Your boss in your company, maybe some big shot living next to you, have whatever. They all go to the similar places, they get in the line, everybody is treated same. Not like in India, it's totally different. We have a lot of VIPs and VVIPs. You go to a temple, you get into the line, and you're waiting for half an hour there. Suddenly a big VIP will come and cut the line, and directly he's inside the temple. You'll just get to see from the door, and you feel the difference, and you say, what is this? That usually doesn't happen in America or most of the Western worlds. So you never feel small in those countries, that is for sure. You feel that in India, not a lot, but some instances. You go to a bank or you go to somewhere which is a government office, and suddenly somebody who is influential comes there, and they get to the things first before you. Once I returned to India, it doesn't matter to me much, because it's okay, that's how every country is. I really don't care about. I don't compare each and every small thing, so it's okay. So these are the important things which you will see the differences at high level. There are a lot of other differences you will notice, but these are the differences. Now, should you move to America or any other country for those reasons? No. Do you want to experience the life there in other countries? You should go there. If you have opportunity from your career-wise or all those things, you should do that. But I can tell you that what you're going to get in India, you'll not get in those countries. Those countries are really beautiful. The only big difference it comes down to is you're born here. You will always try to recreate India everywhere you go. Your family, you and your wife especially, not your kids. If they're born there or if they're younger, they went to those countries, they'll not. But you will always be trying to create that. Second, the struggle I always noticed in those countries is you always try to be an American or be in whatever country you're living in. You always try to just get into those kind of groups. You're trying to be like somebody else. You can still live the life with being an Indian in America or any other country, but for the business reasons, to mingle with folks in an office or whatever you do, you gotta little bit change yourself, right? You need to change your accent, you need to change a lot of things. It doesn't bother a few folks. It never bothered me, but that is a difference which is worth noticing. If you're making a good, okay kind of decent amount of salary in India, I would say maybe like 25 lakhs around, given your experience accordingly, again, you have a decent life in India. In America, there are a lot of expenses. Western countries, there are a lot of expenses which are not known to people unless they move there. So there are a lot of expenses comes, which you need to calculate. So from the cost point of view, if you're in IT and those things, you can go to Bangalore, Pune, and you can make decent money. If you both of you working, then it's again another additional benefit. So you don't definitely not need in America or anything to be creating a better future or wealth a little bit for your family and you, so that you can be comfortable. So those kind of things happen. But I see a lot of kids, young generation, watching Netflix or watching the YouTube videos and whatnot. And some of the YouTubers also make the videos where they show the America or Canada, or for that matter any other country, is so glorious, that you should move there and this is the life and that is the life. It's all fake, to be honest with you. I lived in America for 15 years. I don't want to brag about it, but the life is good again. But you cannot compare with India. What you get here, you'll never get there. You have to ask these questions. In India, you have a lot of luxuries. You have people to help you out with the food, cooking. You have people to help you out with the cleaning, people to help you out with your clothes, ironing your clothes. All those things, you have to do it by yourself in those countries. It sounds like very small things, but people get used to it. I was used to it. I'm still used to it. But It eats up your time. So whatever time you save from your office hours, like 9 to 5 thing in America, you will be spending on these things. So either way, you'll be spending some time on these things. So, and most one of the biggest difference when you just leave India and settle in America and all those things. Initially, a lot of people wrote about it, discussed about it. You'll like it initially. At the younger age, you'll definitely appreciate all these things, like whatnot you can enjoy, visit different places, cleanliness, and all those things. Later, after some point, you 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 start missing the things which your family and all those things. You cannot visit them every year. So emotional side, if you're just a finance person who wants to make some money and be comfortable, good for you. These countries are really good for you. You can live a life very comfortably, big houses, good cars, you can do all those things. But if deep down you are a person who values the family, relationship, people around you, America may not be the best place for you, or for that matter, any of the country apart from India may not be that better for you. So I'm not suggesting don't go to these countries and explore the opportunities of future or better things. I did that myself, no regrets at all. I'm very happy I did that. I got a good experience. I have a perspective about about those countries in general, perspective about the life now. Coming back again, I'm in my hometown, Indore, right now. If I have to move to other cities like Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, I won't have any regrets, because again, I'm in India, right? I came to India to experience India. I came to India so that my kids lives here and they grow here and they experience this life rather than the only American life, so that they develop a perspective in their life too. So don't just fall for glossy pictures or movies you see or all those things. Not everything is like that. There are a lot of things you will miss when you go to those countries. You have to do a lot of adjustments. There are a lot of cultural shock you may get, that things happens different in those countries. Yeah, and one more point to cover, like people say the schools are free in America. Yes, they are free. I don't know about other countries, but some of the countries, like Western countries, offer the school for free. I can talk about America. The schools are free. Definitely the elementary, middle, and high schools are free, which we say from kindergarten to the 12th standard is free. People say you save a lot of money, and then, when you live in America, all these school fees are saved, and then, yeah, that's a good benefit to have. In India, the government schools are not that great. So that is the difference. But given that, the colleges are really expensive in America. Whatever you saved in school, elementary and middle school till high school, you would end up spending in for the college. Unless your kids are really bright students who can get a lot of scholarship, but there are a lot of catches with that again. But in general, schools like colleges are really expensive. I think in India you can complete the engineering, which is Bachelor of Engineering, BE, you call it, right? Maybe for 15 to 20 lakhs for 4 years course in India right now. It's 2022 September. In America, I think if you go to the OK college and if you have decent score, you would at least end up spending 100K. That is the lowest figure I'm thinking about. And 100K is almost like 75, 79 lakhs right now, given the dollars versus rupees rate. So I don't think so you'll be spending that much of money on your schools. Like 20 lakhs minus 79 is 59 lakhs. You're not spending 59 lakhs on your schools in India for maybe one kid, right? We're talking about one kid. So unless you're sending your kids to really high schools, in like very expensive schools in India, which if that is the case, then it doesn't matter for you. So given all these things, I would suggest go, explore. You may like it, think about it, but it's a dilemma. It's a big dilemma you get into when you live in those countries. It's just like, if you know the Mahabharata a little bit, it's just like Chakravyu, which Abhimanyu is trying to break. America or and living in any of the Western countries, you get into those dilemmas, and it's really, really hard to break. And breaking it and coming back is very difficult, especially as a family. Go there, explore, and see if you like it. I would suggest you will have much better life in India than any country in the world. Not because I came back, it's because I truly feel that there are a lot of good things in India. Things are happening. Future is great here. Your kids will have great future. People say they are going to those countries for their kids' future and all those things. India have a really good future also. Unless you just want to send your kids to IITs, that's a different story altogether, So I don't know. I didn't graduate from IIT. Nothing against IIT, but I think it's very difficult to get into. Why the hell you send your kid to some exam or some race where the chances of winning is really less? Do you know what happens after IIT? Do you know what people do after IIT? Do they really do well compared to other folks who haven't gone to IIT? That's a discussion again. But anyways, so all in all, I would suggest, that's my suggestion, my perspective. You may like it, you may not like it, your choice. But think again. The life is really precious. People around you are not going to be around you forever. I would suggest go explore the world you want to and see if you like it. But India is India. Bharat Desh is Bharat Desh. You'll not get this anywhere. And after a point, once your kids reaches to a certain age, you won't be able to come back. That's a honest and brutally honest truth. And then you start making the excuses. So my suggestion is explore and come back to the country. There are a lot of good things are happening. Let's make India better than America. Let's make India better than any Western world. Now don't tell me that what one person can do. You can do a lot of things. You can make some changes. You can stop a few things. When you come to India, behave like an American. As you behave in America, go look at those Americans. They really, they love their country. They do the right thing for their country. Definitely I'm going to make another video comparing the American people and Indian people. Both have different perspective and different upbringing, of course, but the country is great because of their people. India is great because of Indian we are, how we live here, how we interact, how we do things. We think I do a wrong thing and then it doesn't impact anyone else. If it does impact anyone else, it's going to impact you later on. We'll have a separate discussion on that. But my perspective is go explore those countries. My suggestion is go explore those countries. Think again. Do you really want to settle down? Think again. What are you going to miss out? Think again what family is. Think again what this country can give you and your kids. Think again. So all the very best. Hope you like my video. If you don't, enjoy. Thank you very much for your time and have a nice one.